First thing I'd like to say is my heart goes out to Cassius Stanley. Just talking to Coach K in the handshake line, it didn't sound great. I haven't heard anything officially, but it didn't look good. Everything I've read about the young man and heard about him sounds like an extraordinary kid, talent out the roof, and he's going to have an extraordinary career in the most tradition-rich program in the country. So he's a lucky, lucky young man in that regard. But I pray for him and hope for a really speedy recovery. Our kid, I think, is going to be okay. An ankle sprain, but both those kids are tough as nails and warriors. I think I told our guys after the game, if you would have told me we'd be neck and neck in the rebounding battle, we'd only turn the ball over 13 times, I'd say I'd take my chances with that. Sure enough, it put us in a position with the last 4 minutes, to have a chance to win the game. And you tip your cap to the Duke kids. They stepped up, made a few more big plays than we did. Those 2 threes late were backbreakers. And we left a couple opportunities out there, needed to step up, make some free throws, but you credit those kids from Duke at winning time. They made the winning plays and found a way to get it done.
Coach, is there any such thing as moral victories at this point in the season now?
I mean, as a competitor, I don't see. No, I'm not a guy that really counts moral victories. I think that team the other day, Stephen F. Austin, proved that you can come in here and win this game, and not that we really needed convincing. We had a group of guys that went into a top 15 venue several weeks ago and won a game on their floor. So we didn't come in here like my mentor Skip Prosser used to say, like our senior class trip to our nation's capital. You know what I mean? We came in here to try to win the game, and we battled, and I'm proud of our kids. I think we have a chance to be a really good team. We got young guys. What an unbelievable opportunity. I tried to make sure that they weren't walking in with their cell phones and taking pictures when they walked in, and they didn't. It was hard not to. When they weren't looking, I started taking some pictures, if you know what I mean. This is one of the most storied venues in American sport, and it's an honor to play here. I told Coach K, I said, hey, man, I get my opportunity to say something to Coach K. I'm going to say something to him. And I just said, Coach, I don't know if this means anything to you, but my great-great-great-grandchildren will tell their kids that I coached against you at Cameron. And it's true. And it was a heck of a thing from a kid from the west side of Cincinnati to coach in Cameron. It was pretty cool. And I think it was cool for all of our guys.
What was the feel in the locker room from your players after?
Disappointed. Because, like I said, their mentality was to come in here and win the game. And that we call them 4-minute wars. We break the game down into 5 or 10 4-minute increments. And we just told our guys all week, if, we talked about having 4 Bs. And we said we didn't have to have our A game. We could even have our B game and have a chance to win. When I say that, A game would be just raining in 16 threes. And we didn't. And we talked about the B's all week, and the first was bravado. You had to walk in here with bravado. It's like Brian Billick for the back in the day with the Baltimore Ravens. He said you can't walk into the Lions Den tiptoeing because you're going to get eaten. You got to walk in with a spear and knock the door down and say, where is he? I'm coming. And if you don't, you're going to get your tail kicked. So I thought we did that. The next B was backboard because they are ferocious on the backboard. And we stand there neck and neck. It was 36-33. We had 11 offensive rebounds. They had 8. Now, they didn't have as many to get because they shot a pretty high percentage from the field. But, and then the B was brains. You got to play with poise. Because when you drive, their managers and the girlfriends of the players are taking charges. So we tried to drive the ball with poise and make good decisions, and I think we did that. And then the last B was the box. That's protecting that area around the rim. That's owned by the big kid Carey, and he hurt us late. They went at us, at our teeth, close to the basket, put fouls on us, scored, and then they made those 2 backbreakers late. So I would say that out of all those Bs, that's probably where we let down the most is getting hurt at the box close to the rim, and they make it hard because he is a mountain, and he's great with angles. He's got great hands. He can finish. Unfortunately, he made his free throws tonight, and he didn't make them the other day, but that's the way it goes.
Pat, you speak about bravado. Did you take anything, did the team take anything from Stephen F. Austin coming in here winning? Or for that matter, what's happened in college basketball in general in the start to...
Well, like I said, several weeks ago, we went to St. Mary's, who was number 15 in the country, and beat them at their place. So we recruit toughness. If you're not tough, Coach Marshall, Greg Marshall at Wichita State, he was a coach at Winthrop for a long time. And he established an excellence and a culture. There's a bunch of banners up in our gym that guys like him hung. And, he talks about playing angry. If you're not tough, like, next, we'll move on. And our kids are tough, and I thought they fought today. All my friends, everybody texts me after Stephen F. Austin beat Duke, and like, man, they didn't do you any favors. And what are you going to do about it? They beat them. And I know what Coach K is, man. He's tough as nails, and I'm sure those practices the last couple of days weren't for the faint of heart. We knew that they were going to throw haymakers early. We knew we had to take them, and then we had to counter. And I thought we did that. Hung in there. Like I said, tip your cap. They made bigger plays late in the game down the stretch.
Anybody else? Thanks.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.